Powerful beings. Shout out to you. It's the holistic motivator. Today I'm going to be talking about a resistance to change. A lot of times we resist change not because we resist change, but because there are parts of us that don't want to change. Sometimes you like what's going on, but you don't really like it. I don't know about y'all, but I've been in situations where the very thing I love, I hate. I don't know. Y'all ever been there? The very thing I love, I hate. Why? Because sometimes a part of us loves something, another part of us don't like it. So there's always the battle between something that we love and hate. We call that love-hate relationships. And a lot of us, we have love-hate relationships with our habits. We have love-hate relationships with our character. We have love-hate relationships with our friends. We have love-hate relationships with work. We have love-hate relationships with almost everything. Okay? So today I'm going to be talking about the resistance to change, how to break the resistance and go through. So keep tapping in. Let's get it. Resistance to change. If one of the major things Jim Rohn said that changed my life was, if you want life to change, you have to change. And he said, if you want life to get better, you have to get better. Right? Shout out to you, Max. But just because you want to get better doesn't mean that you're automatically going to do it. So a resistance to change is often you want this future result, but you have a present internal struggle, internal battle, or you've been yoked to something that's not working, not because you're weak, not because of that, no, because you actually have a stronghold on you. A lot of times it's not your weakness that causes you to be stuck, but it's the stronghold you got on you. Somebody comment that. I got a stronghold on me that I need to break free from. And you're in a stronghold, you're in a tight place when you don't want to do it, but you keep doing it, but you kind of do want to do it. It's like your body's calling for you to do it, but your spirit is like, I can't keep doing that. That's how you know you love-hate relationship with the stuff that you do, right? It's like you want to do it, but you don't. Right? So how do you develop the courage to actually switch it up? Okay. Here's one of the major things that we do when we are tired of fighting ourselves. We ignore the fact that we don't want to do it. We just ignore it. Okay, I'm sick of beating myself up. Let me just act like my life is normal and good. You know why we do that? Because it's easier. It's easier to just not see it. It's easier to say, this is just how I am. It's much easier to say, yeah, it's cool. But you know it's not cool. So how do you develop the courage to change it? One of the major things for me, what the Holy Spirit does in my life, I don't know about other people, but I can talk about my experiences, is it reminds me of how much better I can be if I'm in alignment with what I said I was going to do. The Holy Spirit does something inside of me that's powerful because it keeps me back to an anchor that says, I know you're kind of enjoying your indulgence, but there's more peace and discipline. Let me say that again. There's a part of me that says, I know you're enjoying your indulgence, but there's more peace and discipline. I know you're enjoying you not waking up on this time, but there is joy and discipline. I know you regret not being able to go to the club because you made a decision you don't want to do it anymore, but there's beauty in that discipline. I know you don't want people to keep using you, so you're going to set standards, and that may feel weird, but there's something in discipline. Discipline brings peace. People think discipline is a constraint. No, discipline is freedom. Sometimes people say discipline is enslavement. Discipline is freedom. Just because you discipline yourself to do stuff means that you get to do what you want to do. That's what discipline does. A lack of discipline says you're not necessarily doing what you want to do. You're just doing what you have been accustomed to, even if it's not working. So sometimes we have to develop the courage to say, I need discipline because I need to do what's working. Let me tell you something about human beings. We are tricky people, right? Because we can say one thing. Okay, let me talk about myself. I don't know if anybody else is feeling whatever. There are some times where I literally walk and look at myself and say, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. 30 minutes later, I'm doing it. How many of y'all just said, look, I'm not eating that anymore? A day later, you're eating it. Why is that? Sometimes just because we convince ourselves in our mind doesn't mean our body became our mind. I keep saying that. Why? Because our body has its own memory. And sometimes you're not operating out of the memory of who you really are. You operate out of the memory of your body. So sometimes the reason why you keep doing the stuff that's not been working for you is because your body's leading you a little bit more, right? And how are we going to change that? I'm going to say that again. You got to show your body who's the boss. You got to learn how to discipline your temple. How do you discipline your temple? Detox. So somebody says, detoxing will help me build the courage to make changes. Detoxing will allow the Spirit of God to give me the grace to make the change. There's something that happens in detoxing and fasting that allows you to let go of the stuff you was holding against yourself. I heard something very powerful from the high level conversation yesterday. I think it was Joey Badass that was with 19 Keys. And he said this thing, I thought that was really deep. And shoot, I just forgot what he said. I just forgot what he said, okay? You gotta show your body who's the boss, okay? Now, how do you show your body who's the boss? You gotta learn how to discipline yourself. Now, when you're detoxing and fasting, you develop a clarity to have grace and space. There it is. That's what he said. He said, a lot of times what happens with us is we don't give ourselves enough grace because our rapport of ourselves is not high enough. We don't have enough rapport with ourselves. And the way I put that is, once you don't do what you said you were going to do, your confidence in yourself diminishes. This is what happens. It creates an internal struggle, an internal battle. When you say, I said I was going to do this, and then in your actions you don't do what you said you were going to do, you actually lose trust with yourself. And what has happened to a lot of people, including myself in the past, is losing trust with myself. Have you ever gotten to a place where you were getting to everything that God has in store for you, but you did something to sabotage it? So now you reduce your rapport with yourself. Have you ever said you were going to do something, but you didn't do it, or you wrote goals down and you procrastinated on them goals? Rapport with yourself is going down, self-confidence. It's hard to confide in yourself when you don't do what you said you were going to do. How many of y'all let go of friends because they say one thing and do it different? I'm not going to lie, y'all, but there are parts of myself where I just don't like it, right? And it's hard for you to develop a grace to make change when you don't confide in you. Here's what God does for you. God says, I trust you. I believe you. I confide in you. I know you could do great things. You were brought here to do something. And it happens in a way where you're pulled towards better away from worse. You're not fighting a part of you that you don't like, hurting yourself with what you don't like. You're pulled towards better. When you detox, it's a greater pull towards better. Righteousness rises, wickedness diminishes. That's what detoxing does. It rises the righteousness inside of you. And it makes you want to change. Some of you, you're probably struggling with weed. Maybe you're struggling with porn. Maybe you're struggling with sex. Maybe you're struggling with overeating. Maybe you are struggling with negative thinking. Maybe you are struggling with not valuing yourself. Maybe you're just struggling with a lot of different things. And we all have about the same story in different details. Most people are okay with their struggles subconsciously. That's called being asleep. I'm okay with my struggle. It's not actually gratitude. I'm okay in my struggle. It's gratitude. I'm with my struggle. I'm okay in my struggle means while I'm struggling, I'm okay. I'm okay with my struggling means I'm struggling, that's okay. Because it's just me. This is delusion, the beginning of delusion. I actually want to do this. One of the major things I struggled with One of the major things I want to do in this world is not be fake. Can I be real? Is ganja. I love the ganja. I mean, it's cool. But here's the thing. One of the things that Sadhguru said in his speech was, why would you want to let go of your faculties in order to feel good? And that really hit me. It made me really think, and I started to notice that there is a way that I think and act when I'm operating in clarity rather than toxicity or easing my pain with something. Whether for you, whether it's a drug or alcohol or weed, whatever. I'm not judging, I'm not telling you whatever. I'm not telling you nothing of that. Okay, here's one major thing. I see a lot of people just dropping off because I'm talking about weed and alcohol. I just want you to stay on, right? Because I'm saying this to myself, not because I don't drink nor smoke, not because I haven't reverted, not because I kicked the habit. I'm telling you this from a place of this is what I grow through, and I want to encourage you today to grow through it. So I'm going to be as real as I can with you, because it's what I learned that God will do for you. God will stop you from separating yourself and making yourself righteous by humbling you with your own mess up, okay? So yeah, I fasted a lot of times, and I beat the habit of smoking a lot of times. And actually, I kept that going for months. And then I triggered back into smoking again, and kicked the habit again. And it's like, it's a fight. You look, sometimes it's not just say I stopped doing it and then I stopped doing it forever. Sometimes I stopped doing it and something happened in my life, it got back on, but I said I'm gonna detox, reset it. I'm gonna keep doing whatever it takes till I can be the best version of me, okay? So habits come with other habits. Sometimes when you smoke, you drink. When you drink, you watch something. When you watch something, you go to the club, you waste your money. So some of you, you're like, man, why do I have no money? Because you have certain vices that's taking your money. Because it's the time you could be spending on your work and your dreams, you're doing this other thing here, right? So it robs you of your possibilities, not because it's bad or it's good, but because it consumes a lot of your time, your energy, and it overstimulates you till you're dependent upon something. Dependency is what the issue is. That's why we fast. We have to show our body that we're not dependent on substances, that we thrive because we are tapping into the substance ourselves. I'm sitting underneath the tree and I'm watching the sun, and I'm realizing that I'm high off life. How many of y'all been high off nature before? I don't know about how many of y'all been like that. And I'm like, yo, this is better than that, right? When your normal becomes your peace, then you're not constantly searching it for it in other things. So I'm not saying they're bad, they're medicine. But when medicine, we always need it, then now this is an issue. Medicine is good. But if you always need the medicine, then you're not being your own medicine. When you fast, you learn how to create your own medicine. Something actually happens physically inside of your body that helps heal you. Your cells are rejuvenated. Your cells are renewed. When you fast, you get yourself your own medicine. Your body produces cancer-killing cells, right? So there's something that happens in your body physically that causes you to be a remedy to your cellular. But not only does it happen in that format, you allow God to come in and do some stuff that you haven't developed the courage for you to do by yourself. And this is the strongest part of all of this. This is the strongest part of all of this. I don't know how many of y'all have heard the 12-step program, but one of the major things that hold it all together is not just confessing, but it's faith. It's faith in the higher power. It's strength from the Most High. A lot of you have tried to kick certain habits and it's not working because you're trying to do it by yourself. Fasting says, I'm going to take the first step. This is what I'm going to do by myself, God. I'm going to be disciplined enough to do the things and eat the things and not eat anything, in fact, so that you can do a lot of it for me. And at the same time, I'm going to still keep the habits and routines. So here's what I mean. Some of the stuff that we need healing from is not the stuff we can see. It's not the behaviors. It's not what you do every day that we need healing from. It's inside, y'all. It's the internal struggle. It's something about how you see yourself. It's something about how you feel about yourself, whether you're worthy to do it or not do it. It's what matters. Okay, here's what I decided the other day that I was going to do. I said, I'm going to do my work, whether I have to watch it and it makes me want to change. Let me repeat that. I don't know how many healers in the building who says, I can't do the work because I'm not perfect. I felt like that. But then here's what I discovered in this process. Not being perfect is the perfect way to do the work. Let me tell you, man. I be coming on here, I give myself a word, then I find myself like, I gotta change that. Because I said it. What if I waited to change to say it? How many people would not be, look, you gotta understand, you can be wise and stupid at the same time. But never underestimate your wisdom because of your stupidity. Can I get an amen for that one? Your gift is not less because you have flaws. You got to share your gift in spite of your flaws, and that's going to align you. It just so happens that how I operate is that I share messages, and those messages be for me. Those of you who have a message and you're not always in alignment with your message, you still have to give the message. Okay, I don't know if I'm talking to people. I don't know, somebody comment something in chat, or if I'm just talking to myself. Because if you mess up your rapport with yourself, if you're gonna build that rapport, you can't just stop doing the work. Oh my goodness, I said boom, 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 I'm a hypocrite, this, that. Bruh, just get your ass back out here and do what you're doing. And trust me, if you keep doing it, you're not going to accept it from you eventually. This is the journey. This is the process. Somebody like, I'm a therapist, but my mental health is not good. You better show up for your client. Somebody like, I'm a personal trainer. I haven't been doing that. You better go and do the work. Why? Because you need that to remind you of what you need to do. Like, you got to do the work ugly. You got to do it when you fail, when you said one thing and you did the other. Right? And that's kind of like what I've been doing in my process was I discovered I didn't need to show the person, the people final version of me so they can like me. I needed to show them the version of me who's working to be better every day. And there are lessons from that. There's stuff from that you won't get from anything else. The healing happens when you say, I'm not waiting till I heal to work my gift. Some people are waiting till like they're the best version of them. They're perfect to do what God calls them to do. God is like, I didn't call you to be perfect, bruh. Actually, I want you to be imperfect because the people you're going to talk to need to relate to that. So, but that doesn't mean give you a chance for you to just stay in your rut. Okay. How does a healer keep speaking the truth if one is not in alignment with it all the time? How do you do it? How do I get up and talk about healing when there are parts of me that's not acting in that healing? How do I do it? I have to separate my spirit from my soul and my soul from my body. Okay, let me explain that. Man is a spirit who possesses a soul and lives in a body. My spirit is untouched by my soul. Let's write this down. My spirit is the essence of God before any experiences, any emotions, anything I've acquired in this world. And your soul is like a hard drive of everything that made you who you are to this day. Your body is just the vehicle of which your spirit, the driver of the bus, is driving that. When you are led by the body and you're making carnal decisions, your spirit is not tainted. So, even if Ed may be in his body, whatever the hell Ed is doing, Ed is still a spirit. If I can let go of what's happening in my body and in my soul, and I can say, God, use me for your purpose and your will, I'm going to be in a spirit place. That's what makes me spiritual, is that in spite of my imperfections, sins, body, soul, flaws, God says, that doesn't even matter. I'm going to use your spirit to do the work. So if the spirit is willing, no matter how the body is, God going to do it through you. And he's going to actually turn your body to a testimony. That means the carnal decisions you're making is going to be part of your testimony. But now it's going to also be a standard. Your spirit's going to set the standard for your body. And a lot of people are letting go of their spirit tapping into it because their body is so active. So they don't feed their spirit because they're running away from their body. And what I mean by that is the person who does not go to God because they're like, God, I've been so sinful. That's why you need to go to God. The person who's not praying because you feel like God can't hear you because you're so toxic. That's why you need God. You don't go to the doctor if you're healthy. You go to the doctor if you're sick. And sometimes you just got to say, God, I am sick. I'm sick and I need help. I'm sick and I need help. I am sick and guess what God's going to do? He's going to help you. Where does the help come from? It's something in you that you've been holding against yourself all your life. God gonna come through and wash that thing just like that. But you gotta wash your insides too. This allows God to wash that thing. So somebody said, if I'm gonna be a conduit, I gotta make sure my pipe is clear. Absolutely. You are a conduit, and God puts things in your spirit, not for you only, but for the people that God put you here to feed with your gifting. Because you are a plant bearing fruit. Now, you must continue to bear fruit, whether or not it makes you feel bad. I'm telling you, this is the work. How do you do it? It's the courage. Okay, it's the courage to be depressed and come and talk about depression and then come out of it not depressed because you just gave yourself a speech. That's what your gifting does. Here's what I discovered. The devil want to convict you that you're not good enough, that you suck, that you're a hypocrite, that you are a lie, but the devil's a liar. Because why? Devil's afraid of your gifts. Devil don't like me, I know. So now a little bit more, I'm like, I'm not going to tell you everything. So I don't need to speak everything out now because I know every time I speak it, demons are hearing, trying to send attacks. So I'm like, okay, I hear y'all. I see what you're trying to do here. And I'm not omitting myself from this, but I understand that if you were blessed to do something on the earth, your resistance is not simply yours, but there are forces forming against you who don't want to see it through. And you may not believe it, but there's a thing that says, we're not human beings having spiritual experiences. We're spiritual beings having human experiences. So the spirit is more important than the body. If the devil can break your spirits down, he can stop you from doing the work. He can put you back in a state of coping instead of healing. You could get back to the place of running away from yourself instead of living out you. And that's what the devil wants ultimately. Why? So that evil can prosper, righteousness can descend. Your current yearn for righteousness, don't let that be your block. I want to be righteous. Absolutely. I do. I want to be in alignment with God. I want to be so obedient to God's word that I don't even do what I want to do. I do exactly what God tells me to do when he tells me to do it. That's what I want. But guess what? You know what that does sometimes? It creates something inside of you where you feel like you're better than people. You know what God likes to do? God likes to show you that you need me and you're not that much better than other people. It's okay I take you out of church? Is it okay? Somebody put take me to church in the chat. Take me to church. All right. It's okay. I'm gonna be obedient to God, right? Okay. Job. Devil came to God and said, oh, Job is your faithful servant, isn't he? Very faithful dude, I see. Is he really that faithful? Okay, let me test this man out. Guy's like, sure, you know, Job is the most faithful I know, man. Go test him out. Devil did the numbers on Job, bruh. Devil took Job to hell and back. But you know what the man said? The man lost his sons, lost so many things, I don't know how many things this man lost. He said, The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. That's what he said. You would say, forget God. Job said, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Though he slay me, somebody finish that. Still shall I trust him. Though you slay yourself, still should I trust that God still lives in me. I'm telling you, God is not doing the slaying. Your carnal self is doing the slaying. Your emotions, your trauma is doing the slaying, but still should you trust him. God ain't actively trying to run rampage. In fact, he's trying to get you to be better. You doing it. But he's like, are you gonna trust me though? Are you gonna come to me? Are you gonna ask me for help, for strength, for courage? Is in the midst of your sin, will you still seek me? Look, I want y'all to remember that some of you haven't developed the courage to let go of your sin, but don't let go of the courage to grab onto God. That's what used to happen to me all of the time. And that's why I was so much of a wishy-washy Christian. Because when I was doing good, and I had these things of doing good, because I was brought up on the authoritarian mentality of it, I felt like I was in connection to God. When I was doing bad, I just forgot God exists. Not forever, but it's like it's not top of my head anymore. Now I say, no matter what I'm doing or what I'm feeling or what I'm being, whether I'm true to the word or not true, whether I'm sinning or not, I don't care. Though he slay me, still shall I trust him. Some of you've been slayed lately. You're not slaying it like you slaying, but you've been slaying yourself by your acts. The grace to make changes is understanding that you have to stick with God even though other people are not sticking with you. Because he's gonna stick right by you. And you gotta say, I'm gonna stick right by him. Some of you willing to stick right by a man or a woman that ain't got your best interest in heart, but you're not willing to stick right by God. So somebody says, what's that? Well, what do I do? I'm gonna tell you again, fast. Fast and then stay steadfast. Fasting is gonna give you a direction. Steadfasting is gonna get you to do the walk. Okay. When you fast, God gonna tell you, here's what to do next. Some of the healing is gonna happen. Clarity and purity is gonna leave. But after the fast, then comes the devil. And this is what I found out by so many trial and error. Great moments of power comes with great temptation. And that's when you need to make the decisions. You're gonna be after your 40 days, 40th day, why don't you turn that stone into bread? That's going to come up. Okay? But what got you to get there is what's going to keep you there. Okay? Discipline. Seeking the Lord every day. Okay? Asking God, what is it that he wants to do in your life? Gratitude, praying, reading your words. A lot of people don't read the word. Reading the word. In such a time as this, we got to focus on the spirit more than the body, because our souls are in trouble. Our souls are in trouble. Our mind, body, emotions are in trouble. Our soul. And if we're going to rescue our soul, we need God. We need discipline. We need self-love, grace. Grace is not space for you to do the thing you did. Grace is space for you to notice that you did it, and it was. But now you get to do what you want to do, because it's not held against you. If God put that for you, why are you putting it against you? He said, I'm going to give you grace, but you ain't giving yourself no grace. Give yourself some grace and use this energy in this season to catapult you to another level. So here's what I'm going to invite y'all. Listen, in the next 3 weeks, from April 1st to the 21st, I'm having a detox program called the Internal Spring Cleaning. I'm doing this for myself. I was talking to somebody last night and I said, I just want to do what God wants me to do and I need to get out the way. Fasting helps me. I want to invite y'all to do this with me. Internal spring cleaning. If you feel like you need to change certain habits, you need to reset. You need to reset your nervous system. You need to reset your eating habits. You need to reset your thoughts about yourself. You need to reset your routine. I am inviting y'all to Juice Feast with a Tribe. The internal spring cleaning is one of the best ways to spring forward in this season. Here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a progressive detox program that's not just about not eating, but fueling your spirit. First week, letting go, replacing your meals slowly with vegetable juices, and letting go of the things that no longer serve you, like bread and butter, red meat and salt, fried foods, flour, sugar, salt. Progressively doing that. That means that you progressively teach your body to eat less and to drink more juices. Week 2, we're doing a 4-day fast or a 7-day fast. You have an option to fast for 4 days or fast for 7 days, where we're just doing vegetable juices and we're doing herbs and teas. We're focusing on the liver this season because the liver is affected during the springtime. So therefore, we're going to be focusing on liver detoxification. So the herbal kit has herbs like dandelion and burdock for your liver detoxification, and that's available in my shop. And I want to urge y'all to start detoxing, okay? I want to urge you to go to the website right now, internalspringcleaning.com, and sign up for it, because I'm literally going to lead you step by step through it. I'm going to send you text messages every day. So you're going to get a text message every day. You're going to get videos and a module. So basically, you're going to get access to a community called the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe, which is a mighty network where you're going to be able to go day by day on your own time. And you could go back to this in the future if you wanted to do a fast on your own. So day 1, you're going to see all of the structures. Day 2, you're going to see all of the structures. Day 3, you're going to see everything's there. We're going to have rising primes in the morning, and we're going to have a weekly check-in with other people who are detoxing so you can get that encouragement. Okay? Here are some signs that you need to detox. If you're always bloating, constipated, or you are constantly having diarrhea, sometimes you just feel backed up and can't go. If you always tired, no matter what you do, you sleep, you don't sleep, you tired, you need a detox. If your skin is not glowing like mine, like that, you know what I'm saying? If your skin ain't glowing, you need a detox. If your breath stinks when you brush your teeth, it means your intestine needs some brushing. If you can't lose weight, no matter how much you exercise or eat healthy, it means you need a detox. If you're around a lot of toxins, you need a detox. If emotionally you have not been in alignment, you need a detox. If you habitually, your habits are not in alignment with where you want to grow to, you need a detox. Okay? If you feel like you have more inside of you to reveal than you're currently revealing based on what God put in you, you need a detox. What's the difference between a detox and a fast? A detox is the process of cleaning. A fast is not eating completely, right? So one of them means you're not consuming any food. Another means you're progressively being conscious of the foods and you're eradicating toxins and things from your body. So a detox can be eating salads. That can be a form of detox, or juice or smoothie. But a fast means that your body gets to autophagy, which is where it's a state of cellular renovation. So there's a difference between fasting and detoxing, but the whole thing together is a detox because we're only fasting for week 2. Okay? So only have a few more days left. I want to get as many people, because a lot of people, their life can actually shift with a detox. And I want to let you know that if you want to shift your life and you want an effective way, if you've never succeeded in a detox program before, I promise you this is going to be one that you can succeed in due to its progressive way. If you are interested, comment, I am interested, so I know. Also, go to internalspringcleaning.com and sign up. And then you have to go to the website, theholisticmotivator.com/shop, get your detox kit. Okay? Here's what I know. I can't change people's lives. Shoot, I have trouble changing my own life. But I discovered that if I can teach certain stuff that will create habits, then God can help you change your life, and whatever else you can do will change your life, right? So detoxing has been one of the major ways that I help people, because it seems as if people not only lose weight, they lose habits, they lose emotional stagnation, okay? So I want to invite y'all to go to internalspringcleaning.com and sign up for the detox program, because it's going to be very beneficial, especially while we're in Lent season. Some people are in Ramadan. There's all types of spiritual stuff going on. So this is actually a very great time to do it, okay? So once again, once you do it, you're going to get access to the tribe to support you, daily text messages, and the detox kit is sold separately, of course, but it's going to be really interesting, okay? So, boss lady, I got you. Hit me up. We're gonna get you in there. Go to internalspringcleaning.com and sign up. For those of you like, I don't want to just do this one time. I actually want to have a tribe to support me. Don't go to internalspringcleaning.com, but actually just sign up for the tribe, and all of that just comes in it. Okay, you get access to it every season. You get access to everything else, and you get coaching calls with me and all those great stuff. So you want to just join the community. So once again, I just want to invite y'all to start fasting, get closer to God, make this change and shifts you need to make. Your life is worth it for you to try to be the person you want to be, no matter how many times you have to try, until you get it right. Somebody says, how long would I keep trying to be healthy? Until I get it right. How long would I try to be righteous? Until I get it right. How long would I try to do what God brought me here to do? Until I get it right. Right? And a reset helps you get it right. Okay? So shout out to everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope to see y'all April 1st to the 21st. Hopefully y'all go to my website, internalspringcleaning.com, and sign up. It's very beneficial. It's going to help a whole lot. Okay? So with that being said, I want to remind you that you have the grace to make change, but now you need to develop the courage to act. God, you have the grace to make change, but now you need to develop the courage to act upon the grace gracefully. That's my message, and I'm sticking to it. It's the Holistic Motivator, and shout out to everybody for tapping in here. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. If this was useful, drop some fire in the chat real quick. All right? Just drop some fire in the chat. Okay, y'all have a blessed rest of your days. Shout out to the people who's rocking with me this morning. And I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern time for Rise and Prime. Those of you who go and access the Internal Spring Cleaning, you're going to be right there in the Zoom with me. I'll see you. And I'll tap in when I see y'all. Okay? With that being said, y'all have a blessed rest of your day. And hopefully I'll be detoxing with y'all April 1st to the 21st. All right? One love. So I guess it wasn't useful. Ain't nobody dropped no fires. It's cool. I don't need your affirmation. God affirm me. I'm just playing. Y'all have a good one. I'm going to tap in tomorrow.